You get very frustrated with the idea of just take action. Like, girl, if it was that easy, I would have done it already. As a holistic wellness practitioner, here's what I believe is missing from this conversation. Let's take a look at this, and we're going to use visual aids, okay? Because this is how I learn. Now, there are two types of people, right? Let's just say it for the sake of the argument. The person that fears the unknown, has desires, but fears the unknown, and so they stay in familiarity. And then there's person number two, who responds to their fears so that they can recreate their life. Now, you might be asking, well, Michelle, I want to be person number two, so how do I get there? It's all about the rules and where you find safety. Are you self-reliant? All right, let's talk about rules. So this person number one, their rules say, I have to know the outcome in order to feel safe. Or perhaps their rule is, that could never be me. Or if it doesn't come easily, it must not be for me, right? And so those rules make it impossible for you to cross the bridge to reach your goals. Because as soon as you don't know what's gonna happen next, you go and you stay back in familiarity. Now, what makes person number one feel safe? The familiar, that job, that relationship, that city. And guess what? All of those things are impermanent things. That house, that job, that relationship could be gone tomorrow. Now let's look at person number two, the person who responds to their fears and doesn't stay in the familiar. Where does person number two find safety? In their own self-trust, which they've built because they feed their intuition and they starve their fears. Person number two finds safety in their resourcefulness, like, hey, if I ain't got it, I'ma get it. Like, who can I call and reach out to? Third, they have community. That's what makes them feel safe. Not that city. I don't care where you place me, I'ma be good. And so that's why they're able to recreate their life. They are reliant on themselves, and you can never take you away from you. So this is why self-trust is the safest thing you can do, not stay in that city or that unhealthy relationship. What does this person rules? What rules make it possible for them to reach their goals? Trusting myself is the safest option. I don't have to do this alone, so I'm gonna go across this bridge because I know I got people. Their rule is that I know this is deeply uncomfortable, but it's unfair to expect mastery when I'm just a student, right? That rule makes their goals possible. Like, do y'all hear me right now? Your rules of limitation will make it so you can never reach your goals. How could you ever when your rule says you have to be perfect? How could you ever reach your goals if you think you have to do this shit alone? These rules right here require that you rely on yourself, because you are the only permanent thing. You, your imagination, your community, and your spiritual tools are your safety net. Like, no shade to shit like this, but it's all about your rules and your belief. What do your rules say is possible for you? Because if your rules limit you, you'll never get to where you want to go. If you're ready to build more self-trust, definitely attend my class happening this Sunday.